this was a game of two very, very different halves, right? And I think what you saw at the beginning was a team that, their head coach did a poor job of scheduling too many hard games in too short a time. It was our third game in 7 days. And I thought we looked like it early in the game for sure. And not even just from a fatigue standpoint, but just, weren't as sharp as we needed to be turning the basketball over, and a lot of things that are pretty uncharacteristic from some of our guys. And so I think these are the kind of games that good teams, find a way to win when you start out like that and shoot really poorly. And I thought the difference in the game was in the second half, we got to the foul line a bunch, and we did a really good job on the offensive glass. And then, in the last 10 minutes, we were really guarded and got some stops when we needed to. And so Michael Bradley was huge off the bench, not just with the points, but the steals and the fouls drawn and the assist, and looked really, really good. And so I thought Kean Tijere took a real step and was a defensive presence and an offensive presence around the basket, which he's capable of doing for us for sure. But these are the kind of games in the past, had we gone 3 for 17 from three, would have been really hard for us to win. But because we can get to the foul line now and play with some physicality, it was good to see us pull it out the way we had to pull it out, because you're going to have to win something like this. But probably overscheduled us too many games in a short time. But give our guys credit for really responding when they needed to, especially late.
You talked about, given what you just said, how defense only had one turnover the second half. Is that as big a reason for the win as the other things?
Yeah, didn't think we guarded well in the first half. Definitely didn't take care of the ball, and only got to the foul line I think a couple times, or maybe 4. And we weren't playing the way that we needed to be our best. And give LIU credit. I love what Rod's doing. I mean, they really know how they want to play. They spread you out. They slow the game down. They've got really good guards. They can make plays for themselves and others. And so, give them credit. They gave us some issues early, but I thought several of our turnovers on the offensive end were just kind of us being sloppy with the basketball, and for a couple guys pretty uncharacteristic of them. So I think taking care of the ball in the second half was huge.
Was there a bit of impatience in the shots you took, so many threes, instead of being a little, maybe trying to get it into Keegan and whoever else?
Yeah, I didn't feel like we took too many. I thought we rushed a couple in the way we took them. In terms of, like Sam kind of shot one and pulled back on it in the first half for no apparent reason. And so I think there was some of that. But, 17 is not a huge number. And, obviously we did do a good job getting inside, both off the dribble and off post feeds, because, we got to the foul line so much. And I'd love to see us throw it inside even more. But our bigs have to continue to get better and do a better job posting up. And our perimeter guys have to see them and be able to execute the entries as well.
Moving on into the conference against Robert Morris, what do you like and what needs a bit of tweaking?
I think the biggest thing is we've got to play better for a complete game, right? And we did that on Wednesday, and back tonight didn't do it again, and so didn't really build. And again, great response in the second half from our guys. We did the things we had to do to win a game like this, which is part of it for sure. It's what good basketball teams do. But we're going to have to put together a more complete game as you head into league play.
So it was almost Dickensian, Charles Dickens, A Tale of Two Halves.
Yeah, it really was. And again, it's I think part of the challenge we're having right now, and some of this is probably a good thing. We got great guys, and they really want to win, and they're about the right stuff. But I think they get caught up in the wrong stuff in the flow of the game, right? Worrying about the last mistake they made, or a shot that didn't go in, and that's not a big deal. It becomes a big deal when you're still worrying about it 3 or 4 plays later, and now you're not doing a bunch of different things on both ends of the floor. And that's what we looked like in the first half collectively, especially a couple of individuals tonight. And I thought in the second half we did a better job of just playing, because we didn't shoot any better, by any stretch, but we played much better.
Do you have to coach a little? Do you spend a lot of time, like something that will? Let's say that'll a button you can push for Quez, and is there some different way you can motivate Sam or Keegan, or do you just kind of what is that like?
Well, I think you're always trying to do that, but I think there's also a very baseline level, right, of being ready to play and being focused on the things that lead to winning. And you know, Keon's the one guy that, you know, we feel like probably is still finding his way into that. I mean, comes from a terrific program, played for one of the best coaches in college basketball, but he's never been counted on for 25, 30 minutes a game. So there is a process with that. But you got Sam Vincent and Trey Robinson and Marquez Warwick who've logged a lot of minutes. And in fact, we looked it up this week. Only 23 players in college basketball have played more minutes than Marquez Warwick. So you know, those are guys that know what it takes and have done it and done it at a high level with great consistency. We're just not getting it collectively right now, and it's very important for them to do it in order for the other guys to do it as well.
So tonight, Keon stays completely out of foul trouble, logs nearly 30 minutes of playing time, and puts up some really nice stat line. Did we watch him grow up tonight a bit? Tell me a little bit about what he's doing differently in the game to kind of not stay out of foul trouble, but to keep himself in the game, I guess. What's he doing now that's better than, say, game 1, 2, 3?
Yeah, I think a big part of it is like I said earlier, he is a guy that hasn't, at the college level, played for 15, 20, 25 minutes. And some of that is getting in the flow and understand things. I thought what he did a good job of tonight is being really disciplined in situations where it might be easy for him to pick up a cheap one. And he kind of resisted the temptation to do that, or was more disciplined when he got vertical and pulling his hands back and not following through and giving the official a chance to make a call, and some different things like that. And it'll be a work in progress for sure, but I thought he was really impactful on both ends of the floor tonight.